Let's talk about the time Reed Richards found out about the tragic fate of Ben Grimm. It all started when Reed Richards invited his father over. He needed to use his time machine to find out about a theory that he had been working on. His father decided to help, so with that, they took off in the time machine to 1,000 years in the future. And as soon as they got there, Reed located and found the Fantastic Four of the year 3012. Reed was shocked and amazed to find that the leader of the Fantastic Four was his son, Nathaniel Richards. Along by his side was a flame person and an alien from another planet, but Reed's main concern was the fourth member. It was Ben Grimm. Over 1,000 years later, he was still a part of the team and looked like he barely aged a bit. This is exactly what Reed was worried about. It turns out his theory was correct. His best friend only ages when he turns back into a human once a year thanks to the serum that was given to him by Valeria Richards. This might have been a kind gift from his daughter, but it was also a curse upon Ben Grimm himself because he would age very slowly and outlive everybody that he loved. The two then traveled yet another 100 years into the future. The Baxter building was gone. It was replaced with a college called the Future Foundation where young metahumans can come, learn their powers, and then go out and be heroes into the main world. It was graduation day for the next class, and it turns out that the dean of this school was a looking slightly older Ben Grimm. As Ben addressed the kids, he did so with a smile on his face, but Reed could see the sadness behind his eyes. And with that, it was time to go even further. And when they arrived in the year 512, it turns out that Earth had been abandoned. Everyone was gone, except for one person. Ben Grimm was still there. Everyone thought he was crazy for staying behind, but he refused to leave. His family behind, he would visit the graves of the original Fantastic Four and sit and talk with them all day long. Reed had to see how this would end. They went another 1,000 years into the future, and life had returned back to Earth. The planet was refreshed and even better than before. Life was blooming, except for one that was slowly dimming out. And that was Ben Grimm's. Nathaniel Richards came back to Earth just long enough to tell his uncle goodbye. And after seeing this, Reed decided it was time to finally go home. And when they arrived back in the Baxter building in the year 2012, Reed didn't want to talk about what he saw. No, the time of talking was over. It was now time to take some action. So with that, he grabbed a few beers out of the refrigerator. And now it was finally time to do something he hadn't done in a long time: sit down and talk with his best friend. Reed then started listing off some things that he and his best friend could do: go out and watch a baseball game, go to the bar, play some poker, because he knew there was no way to change his friend's fate, but hey, maybe he could give him some great memories to look back on.